everyone. Thank you for joining today. My name is Deb, and thank you so much for stopping by my channel and listening to me vent and just share. Today, I want to talk about something that millions of women have dealt with in terms of being questioned about why don't you have kids? Are you happy without children? Who's going to take care of you when you get older? These types of questions. So, there are so many of us dealing with this, but I wanted to delve into what my experience has been with this and just kind of share and get feedback from you guys. So, anyway, my perfume of the day is called Saturday. Today is actually, oh my gosh, today is Saturday. So, I'm wearing the perfect perfume. This is by Arielle Shoshana. It's light and floral, but got some sandalwood in it, so it's a little bit different. But in the cutest little bottle. So yeah, this is called Saturday, and this is my perfume of the day. So I want to just delve into this whole topic of how can you be happy not having had kids? And I'm past the age of 50, so that's not something that's going to happen unless, I get married and adopt children. And that's not going to happen, okay? Maybe the first part, but definitely not the second part. So I want to share with you why this is a choice that I made and was kind of made for me when I first got married. I'm divorced now, but when I was married, this was something that wasn't going to be an option simply because there was financial imbalance in my marriage when I got married, and it stayed that way for the whole 10 years that I was married. My husband at that time didn't do a great job in terms of like maintaining steady employment. So there was probably a conversation maybe twice about having children, and it's something that just could not come to fruition because it was unrealistic. Because if we had children, I would be taking care of everything, and I felt that that was going to be incredibly unfair to me, and it's something that would probably just have worn me down because I was like the breadwinner in the house, and it's just something that I couldn't even fathom. I can't be the breadwinner and, be expected to take care of children. I just would have been worn down. So I am genuinely happy about the fact that I ended up not having children, because when I see so much of what goes on today, it just wears me out even hearing about it, watching it. And I love children. I think they are beautiful. They're innocent. I love being around them. I have a position right now where I deal with children, and I love them. I think they are wonderful, but they can go home. That's the difference. I don't bring them home with me. I don't have children at home. And one of my biggest issues is that I tend to like run out of energy pretty quickly, and children require a lot of energy. And this is not something that I have in abundance. I just don't. Maybe it's like low iron. I don't know what it is, but I know that I don't have the energy, to pick up messes all day, keep a child out of trouble all day. Running back and forth to pick children up from activities, picking them up from their friend's house, cooking dinner, and I'm fixing, different meals based on what the kids want. Just that type of thing, I would be absolutely run down. Even if I were married and there were a two-parent household, I know I would be completely exhausted. And just knowing how I am, that was another factor. Like even after my divorce, thinking about, I don't think that's a road I want to go down, because just energy wise, I knew that I didn't have it in me to give all the energy that is needed to a child or children. I just didn't have it. Another reason that I'm happy that I don't have children is the financial aspect of having children. I read that with 2025, the stats on that, it would be about $320,000 at this point to raise a child from the age of birth through 17. And that's a lot. And I know that it costs a lot to raise children. I appreciate that my parents did it for me, but it's just something that I know will weigh heavily. As I say, when I was married, it would have been all on me. And financially, it just wore me down to even think about all the costs involved. Child care, after school care, lunches, clothes, medical bills, college, activities. The list goes on and on. And it's okay because the children are worth it. But I know for me, it's not something that was realistic for me. I knew that this was not something, as I say, even after leaving my marriage, that I wanted to do later. I just knew it would weigh me down. And with things kind of the way they are right now in terms of the economy, I just am happy that it was not a choice that I made. And I've been happy that this was not a path, that I went down. I admire other people who can do it. I absolutely do. I just know for me, I can't. Another reason, I need my sleep. And when you have children, I think that's an unknown. When they need you, you got to get up. You got to get up early in the morning. When they're first born, you got to be up taking care of them, and that's fine. But I just know for me, I would have just been a zombie because this goes on for years. I mean, you have to be up, you have to be aware, you have to make sure your kids are good. You have to stay up late helping them with homework. You have to make sure they're in bed first, and then maybe you'll get some time to yourself later. That goes back to my issue with, really not having the energy required for that. I just don't have it, and I really do need rest. Maybe more than the average person, I'm not sure, but I know that having children would have impeded on that so incredibly that I'm just grateful that that's not something that I had to deal with. Another one that, it kind of affected me, even not having children, but it affects your relationships. And again, I'm not trying to sound selfish. I'm just talking about my experience. When I was married, even bringing children into a conversation caused a lot of conflict because I knew that that was not something that was realistic at all. It seemed like it was just something you were supposed to do. You're supposed to get married. You're supposed to have 2.5 kids, have your white picket fence, your dog, your cat, what have you. That's not how my life turned out. And I may have had times, I think, when I was married, like, well, isn't that what we're supposed to be doing? But now that I am way past that, I'm grateful that that is not something that I ended up doing because I know I would still have to be probably permanently still attached to my ex-husband. Nothing's wrong with him, but I just kind of wanted to move on with my life. And when you have children, you are permanently tethered for a good while to the person that you have the children with, whether you're married or not. And that is something that I didn't have to worry about. When it was done, it was done. So that was another issue. Um, Another thing is that I feel like right now and for quite a while, the world has been a really unsafe and kind of crazy place. And I know that I get anxiety really easily. And sometimes I think about if I had children, I think I'd be worried about them from the minute they walk out the door till the minute they come back. And I think I would have just worn myself out with worry if I had children because the world is just weird. I feel like I would have had to have a GPS on them. I would have just been calling school to make sure they were still there. Call me when you get to school. Call me when you're on the way home. I just know I would have been a worry wart and had so much tension and anxiety. And, you know, it's just a strange place out here right now. So that's another reason that I think about where I'm kind of grateful that I don't have children because I worry a lot. And that would just be another issue that would be predominant for me is worrying about my children. I feel like I have enough to worry about. And honestly, my dog is my kid. People with pets know your pets can take up a lot of energy. They can take up a lot of resources, time, and my dog is more than enough because sometimes he absolutely wears me out. And I'm like, I couldn't fathom having children in addition to like having a pet. It's just a lot. And again, I think children are wonderful. I think they bring so much to a person's life. So I'm not at all tearing down parents or women who have chosen to do this because I wouldn't be here had my mom, had my dad chosen not to have me. So I'm grateful for that. I just think things are a little bit different than they were when I was growing up, just very different. And so, you know, another issue that I hear about is who's going to take care of you when you get old. I'll have to take care of that myself, and that's also what friends are for. That's what you have community for. You don't know what's going to happen later in your life where you meet someone and, maybe they'll be there for you. But I would not have children just so I could have somebody to take care of me. That I think is selfish because it's not a guarantee. My mom worked in a nursing home, and she would constantly tell me about all the elderly people who were there whose kids never came to see them. And they weren't helping them financially. They weren't helping take care of them. And that really kind of blew me away. So it's not a guarantee that just because you have children that they're going to be there to take care of you. So I hope that people would not use that as a reason to have children, because I absolutely would never do that. So those are just some of the issues that I think about. And I don't want to say I'm giddy and I just, am overwhelmed with joy about the fact that I don't have children, but I'm happy with the decisions that I've made because I need time to myself. I need my sleep. It's hard out here financially. And there are just a lot of factors that go into having a child. And it's just something I don't regret at all. Again, I think children are beautiful. I think they're wonderful, but not for me. I'll babysit, I'll teach, I'll do whatever is needed. But yeah, that's going to be about the extent of that. So any of you all who are, older, who chose not to have children or for whatever reason it didn't happen, let me know how you feel. And if any of you all are in agreement with me, again, I'm not trying to sound selfish, self-serving, any of that, but my choice was kind of made for me during my first marriage, and past that, it just wasn't a desire. So I just wanted to share that because I know a lot of us have gone through conversations like that, those of us who don't have children. So let me know what you think. I appreciate you all watching. Please, if you like the video, like and subscribe if you are so inclined, and I will see you next time. Bye.